We are live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you as always. Let me shut this door. If you're catching us on the replay, beginning of this live stream, we appreciate you. Like, subscribe, share, do all of that stuff. But stick around to get interesting in a little bit. Always does. All right. I think I need you to need me. Hang on, gotta get over here. I need my top secret bag. Where are we? Good to have you. Yes, it is. Too many things open on this computer. I've got a lot I gotta do. Huh. Thank you all for watching and being here. It's an honor and a privilege to have you all here tonight. It is indeed. I feel very honored. Thomas in the house. How are you, Tom? Good to see you. Thank you for saying hello. Thank you for the thumbs up, shout out, all that good stuff. Hope you're doing well. Got to get into my little bag of goodies here. I'm looking for a wire, a connector. That's for a phone. That's not gonna work. Maybe I don't have any more iPhone cables. Or do I? I do. Looking for an iPhone cable. Or an Apple cable. I don't know what you call them. Looking for one of them. My little magic bag of cables. All right. Did I shout this out to our followers over on Facebook? Let me get that done. Time to talk about it. We will talk about almost anything in this live stream. We will do it. We'll get a lot of people see my thumbnail and go, woo-hoo, great balls of holy fart fire. We need to check in on what that live stream is all about. You see that on that live stream? That girl is so woo and cute. And then they'll pop over and see me and go, well, crappy, crappy, crappy. That's not any good. I thought there was going to be a good-looking woman on the live stream. There we go. Well, let me just see. Rayon is in the house. He says, do a backflip for $100. All right, here's how that works on this channel. You got to super chat the $100, but you also got to add $30 to it because YouTube takes 30%. All right? So, and then once you've super chatted it and we wait 5 minutes, I'll do the backflip. Easy peasy. Kaylin is in the house. Good to see you. How are you? You guys all have channels? What are you guys doing this school afternoon? Everybody just getting out of school? Hanging out on the internet instead of doing homework? Anybody doing that? I don't go to school, so I don't have any real homework. I got other homework, but no real homework. Kaylin Brooks in the house. Good to see you, young lady. I hope you're doing very, very, very well in life. We will connect to you here in a little bit. Give it time, so that way YouTube just don't think it's sub for sub. Because doing sub for sub is bad, but connecting the right way is always a good thing. I do have a channel, and I see that. It's a very good channel, looks, and I am not trying to do homework. See, you're a shooting star. We do get a lot of young people after school popping in on the adults channels. And, but I thank you for being here. I saw your channel. You have a line, so you probably just started, right? You have like 99 subscribers. I got a feeling 39 videos, 99 subscribers. If you stick around my channel, I have a lot of men on my channel. You might find some people that would be very happy to subscribe to you. Got some dancing going on. Kitty cat love. Very good. We're happy to have you here. But you do have all A's and 1s, B's. Nice. Very good. I don't get any grades. So we have a lot of young people in and out, a lot of older people in and out. We just have a lot of different people that come to this channel. So, which is a good thing, right? I hope you're doing well today in your part of the country. My part of the country, it's 73 degrees overcast. Looks like we're expecting rain. Rain gonna happen just about any time. So, but that's all right, right? That's kind of what we got to deal with. I'm working on some stuff myself, sitting here today thinking of that. I was trying to find another Apple cable. I need to charge up an iPad while I talk. Well, crap. Oh, there it is. It's amazing how many cables we wind up collecting, right? And it's supposed to rain where you're at? Nice. Yeah, as long as we don't have big bad weather, you know, snow or tornadoes, I think we'll all be okay with a little bit of rain. It is springtime, and during springtime weather, that's all we can expect, right? You're up in Indiana. We have a lot of friends in Indiana. Excuse me. We have a lot of followers and subscribers in Indiana, believe it or not, women and men. So welcome in. Thank you for being here. And they'll be joining us shortly. They always do. They see me live and come in to try to find out what I'm up to today. Sometimes you got to be smarter than the equipment you're trying to use. I have to go to homework. You got to go do homework? All right. Well, I highly encourage you to do that. Homework is very, very important to do, right? Keep your grades up. But I do thank you for subscribing to the channel, and I'll check back with yours later. So thank you for that, and thank you for the thumbs up. If you need help with your homework, feel free to ask. You know, I consider myself a genius. Now, I am the only one that considers myself a genius, but there you go. Do you ever wonder if people appreciate you? Do you? If you're on when I'm done with homework, I will join again. Thank you. We appreciate that. Young lady, we appreciate that very, very much. The trains are blowing. The trains are coming down the road. All right, so I don't need that anymore. Am I still working on that one? All right, so. What am I going to do with my life? That's the question. Does anybody ever question, hey, what are we going to do with our life? Hey, what are we going to do? Is the bottom line. All right, we can leave that. We got this one going. All right, we're doing good, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a good day. Not really, but hey, I'm going to pretend we are. You know, it's really weird how sometimes you're having really good days and then people come along and kind of poo-poo on your day. Kind of, want to just can grab all they can grab, so to speak. Take all they can take, So, that's all right. David is in the house. David says, I am kinda awake because I am in the Philippines and it is morning time in the Philippines. I would say, David, that I'm kind of thirsty, but I'm not. I'm just thirsty. So, but thank you for coming in, buddy. I hope you're doing well. I hope your family in the Philippines is doing well. Yeah, it's dinner time here, but I don't know. I'll probably have a snack later. We ate lunch kind of late, so we had Mexican food late. So. And then, of course, I was working on finances today. Got interrupted and some drama. So there you go. That always takes my appetite away when I got to deal with financial drama, because who wants to do that, right? And I got to get some video work done. All right, let me see. And this is us, okay? What kind of food are you having for breakfast in the Philippines? Are you having an egg and some Spam and some rice in the Philippines? I gotta remember where I put things. I need to clean up my dashboard here. I think that's what they call this, desktop, not dashboard. Probably oatmeal, sometimes they have Spam, not in egg mode right now. Yeah, you know, I like Spam more than I like eggs. I'm not an egg guy. I don't mind omelets once in a while, but I'm not a super egg fan, period. Just not. We go through a lot of eggs. My wife likes to eat hard-boiled eggs, so I buy her hard-boiled eggs, or eggs that we hard-boil, because she likes that. But me, myself, not so much when it comes to the whole egg thing. I mean, I don't mind a really good egg sandwich. I do like that. You know, you get a good piece of bread, and I mean, you got to have a good piece of bread, because I am kind of particular more about bread. I like different types of bread. I like good quality bread. I like toasted bread. So you get the right piece of bread, and if you fry the egg correctly, for me, which means it's kind of squishy in the center, because I like for the egg yolk to spill out onto the toast. And sometimes I'll even put a little mayonnaise on it, put the egg on it, and fold it. Only one piece of bread, because I'm fat and I'm on a diet, so I only get to eat one piece of bread when I eat bread. So you throw the egg on there, you know, a little soft in the middle now, and a little mayonnaise, and you fold it up and eat it like a taco. So that's how I like them. I like eggs like that. I don't mind bacon with eggs. You know, that helps. I guess, I don't know. I guess you can add bacon to anything. I mean, I would eat bacon and kale. You could take kale, which I hate, and slap a big old slab of bacon on it, and I'd eat it. So bacon makes eggs better. Bacon makes everything better, baby. Baby, baby, baby. What am I doing here? Oh, man. If I had a half of a brain, I'd be dangerous. Let me just tell you. I do like grits in the morning. I like it. I just like having juice and a banana. I'm real big on. My favorite is juice and a banana. And if you have real authentic yogurt, I don't mind that. I like the real yogurt, not the sugary flavored yogurt. I like real yogurt. Yeah, I'm trying to cut mine down too. My problem is, you know, I'm still fat. I think I eat too much at night. I'm one of these people that I eat too much at night. So that's probably a big part of my problem. In the morning, I don't like to do so much, but I'm a night eater. So you're losing weight? Nice. I've done about 60 pounds in the last year or so. I'm hoping this year I can drop another 20. Now, you know, it's really weird, and I'll tell you, and a lot of the guys that follow me, well, have heard this, and thank you all for the thumbs up in the background there, is, you know, I don't have a desire. I weigh 280 pounds. So I'm a big guy. I've always have been a big guy. And I'm used to it and I'm okay with it. I know it's hard on your frame, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know if I would want to be 200 pounds. If I would want to be 220, maybe 250. Because I feel like if I was 200 pounds, I would have lost a lot of muscle mass. And I don't want to do that. Yeah, and see, I'm down about 60 and it's leveled off for the last 4 or 5 months, which is good, right? Because the smart people say when you level off for an extended period of time, then you have a better chance of dropping again. So instead of a plummet, if you stair step it and you plateau and you're there for a good while, you can get some more off and plateau again. Versus going straight down and straight up. Goal is 230 at 6'2". 230 at 6'2" is a thin weight, thin framed, I would think. So I'm only 5'11", so about 3 inches shorter. And but I've always just, I have a, when I was younger, I lifted a lot of weights. And so I have a much bigger chest than a lot of people realize. And I mean, even losing 60 pounds, I still have a 60-inch chest. So yeah, we all like to eat. But the question is, what is it we eat? The problem is not the fact that we all like to eat. The problem is we all like to eat the things that we shouldn't eat, right? So that's the key. I found out 200 was too low. 200 would be too low. I think you'd be a skinny mini at 200 pounds. I think you would be not healthy. I think your frame would be weak. Yeah, 230, 240, I think you can retain some muscle mass because the older we get, believe it or not, I do believe it's important that we keep some muscle mass. We can't give up all of our muscle mass. We just can't do it. And granted, the older we get, the harder it is to keep muscle mass. But I do think it's very important to try to do that. Because I look at people that were muscular at one point in time, and then they look so frail. You're right. Okay, so you're only 10, 15, 20 pounds away. You're all right. You're in good shape, man. You're actually only about 10 pounds away. So you're all right. You weigh yourself at the laundromat sometimes? Yeah. Well, on camera, you don't come across very fat looking. So I think you're in good shape. I don't think people recognize you as a fat guy. One of the fat expats in the Philippines, So, Yeah, in my videos, I talk about living in the Philippines, and I tell people, look, it's still kind of a shock to me how much we ate in the Philippines, my wife and I. We literally ate like pigs, anything we wanted. We never really thought about it. And we never gained an ounce, lost a little bit, and never gained an ounce. We used to be 320, for 20 years. Wow, so you're a big guy like me. Yeah, used to be 320 for 20 years. Yes, I can relate. Until 2021, you started dropping some weight. Nice. My heaviest was 460 pounds. Tim is in the house. Tim, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up. How are you, buddy? There you go. Tim, good to see you. I hope your weather's good today. It's a typical spring day here in the country of America. A little rainy-ish, warm, 73 degrees, windy. Yep, life is good. Yes, life is good. Life, one thing, and I'm not perfect at it, and I'll just flatly tell you, one thing I've learned over the years is geographically doesn't solve your problems, right? It has to be internal. But I will say, I think the right personalities or the wrong personalities, however you want to say it, doesn't fare too well in the Philippines. And if you don't fare too well in America, you're probably not going to fare very well in the Philippines. If you get extremely bored in America, you're going to be definitely bored in the Philippines. And I am one of those people that get bored everywhere I go. I got to remember what I'm doing. I did that, I did that. Nah, I did that. We did that already. Should I redo that one? Nah, not yet. I'm working on a bunch of videos. Man, we got a busy week, everybody. Tim? We got to go to, man, I am so glad when this freaking party of my wife's is over. It's not been good for us. And tomorrow, Wednesday, we got to go to Sam's and Walmart. We'll probably drop $400 or $500 on food and groceries, for her party. Saturday, got to pick her cake up. That'll run me another $100, $200. I don't know how much that is, Spending a lot of money, but hey, whatever. Americans and Filipinos see money differently. I don't look at it as bored. It's solitude. Yes. Solitude. Sometimes solitude can drive you down a deep, dark, dirty road. I'm getting ready to make some more videos for my Living with a Filipina playlist on my channel. I'm trying to find some videos I pre-did, and now I can't find them. I don't know what I did with them. I got a really bad habit of being extremely organized and then getting bent out of shape and just throwing everything together. So I'm not very good at, For me, solitude comes into when I go fishing. Man, if I can fish, especially saltwater fish, I am good. Did we already do that one? Well, and I think it's good for our mentality, and maybe I'm not a good role model to anybody, and I see things way, way differently than most people. But, I am stingy, conservative, I got to admit, I do have a lot of rules and regulations, and I don't like them broken. I like to stay within boundaries, but I don't bother people either. So I try to stay busy, and one thing I've learned is I think it's important, especially for people that have done a lot in their lives. After you get over that initial part where you go, yay, I'm retired, I have nothing to do, you wake up and go, yay, crap, I'm retired, I have nothing to do. So, and I'm one of those type of people. I got lucky to be involved in so much stuff in my world. I miss going to meetings. I miss bossing people around, Tim. David, I miss telling people how we're going to do things. I miss leading. I have to admit, maybe it's my ego, but I miss being a part of something larger than myself. Now, nobody else probably misses me. But I miss some of that. I got some new videos coming out I'm working on. For all of you folks that was watching the other day, I did buy a couple new hats. I'm hoping they'll get here. I'm excited. I'm getting 2 new hats. My driver and his son are celebrating their birthday today, so I will be staying home. All right. You know, it's all right. Man, I got videos, topics that I need to work on, that I need to get completed. Somehow I need to get some of this work done in my life. I feel like I'm slacking. I feel like I'm not doing well. You know, I've gotten, you know, I like to stay busy, but I've also gotten very lazy apparently. Thomas is in the house. He says, hello, hello, hello. So I feel like I've gotten lazy. I have. One, and I'm going to move to Alabama. I am, or Florida. I've decided I don't care what happens. I'm gonna go live somewhere else, one way or the other. I'm not gonna live my days out here. So this part of the world bores me, you know, because I really can't do much fishing or anything here. I might get a little cake later. Ooh, I got some desserts coming from California. So Lorelei's birthday party is Saturday, as you guys all know. Hope you guys all will chime into the live stream that we're gonna have for her birthday party. I'll be so glad when this thing's over, so we can quit fighting over it and dealing with it. Maybe get back to normal. It'd be kind of nice to get back to normal. Man, I got to do a better job labeling stuff what I think videos are going to be called. Because now that I'm looking for something, I can't remember what I labeled them. I'm telling you, Tim, I am no role model. I am no role model whatsoever. But we got a lot of decorating to do. Working on the garage. How long is this video? Oh, this one's really old. All right. Where in the world is it? And I only got 2 external hard drives, so it got to be on one hard drive or the other hard drive. Because my desktop computer doesn't have a big enough hard drive to hold a fart. So that doesn't work too well for me. Tim says hello to everybody. Yep, eating oatmeal. There you go. I had instant grits this morning, which I like, but I get tired of. Amanda's back in the house. Hello, Amanda. How are you today? Good to see you, Amanda. Good morning from Greg. Good morning, David, Jim, Chat, Amanda, and everybody else in the house. How you, Craig? Craig, I'm still trying to become famous, man. But I've lost my file organization skills have gone down the toilet recently because I can't find some videos I'm looking for. And I got some new videos I got to make and put out because I'm going in a different direction on my channel. I'm doing a whole bunch about living with a Filipina, trying to attract, some of us men. And hello, Craig. Craig, how's things in Australia? What's the vibe in Australia right now? Are you guys a little nervous, curious about the Iran thing? Today is my second month of pushing my channel. Very nice. Excellent. I think the key is, one, David, I got a lot of advice I could tell you, but look, the biggest key is just be you, and it's going to flatline, so don't stress when it flatlines. It's going to grow, it's going to flatline, it's going to grow, it's going to just don't stress. Just roll with it and do what you want to do. If you win, you win. If you lose type of thing. Greg says, that will be interesting. Yeah, got some videos living with the Philippines. I'm getting ready to make one about peacocking. Because apparently people saw my peacocking video, a video where I talked about peacocking. Some of the locals, and they're not happy because I mentioned the event that they all attended and pointed out how people were peacocking. And apparently they're not happy with this. So I'm going to do a big video all dedicated to peacocking. Girls, grits remind me of cream of wheat. It does. I kind of like cream of wheat. I haven't had it in a long time, but I would eat cream of wheat. But I like grits, but I get tired of them. After the 20th little packet, I get tired. Petroleum went up 12 cents. Yeah, it's going up here too. It is. It's going to go up worldwide no matter what. Even though there hasn't been a big interruption, it's going to go up worldwide. Because that's just the way it is. Everything's going to go up because the companies will just charge us. Doing well so far, almost 1,400 subs. Yes, my videos are popular. Good. That's good. 1,400 subs is good. Don't be shocked when you become monetized if you're going that direction that you don't lose a lot. I like cream of wheat better. Do you? All right. Yeah, I haven't had cream of wheat. We got some friends that came back from the Philippines a few months ago, and they brought some of the what I would call cream of wheat from the Philippines. It's supposed to be protein-based. It's almost like cream of wheat. I ate some of that about a month ago, and it was all right. Can't remember what it's called, but yeah. Cream of wheat's okay. I grew up on it and oatmeal. Back then, you didn't have, flavored oatmeal. You just had oatmeal that you had to boil. Cream of wheat as a kid, yes. Look, what's really weird? I love cereal, good cereal. But I don't eat much cereal anymore because, one, I'm fat and it's not good for you. But I do like shredded wheat really, really well. I'm a big fan of shredded wheat. But what's really weird is if you're not used to it and you go out there and have something like Captain Crunch, it leaves a nasty film in your mouth. It's really gross. If you eat one of those kids type cereals, ugh. No good. No good at all. Well, and I don't know what it is. It comes in one of those little individual pouches. Craig says, David, I will be checking your channel out in the next day or so it sticks around. The hope is people subscribe to your channel the correct way. Honey cornflakes, yeah. And it's weird though how some of those, man, yeah, Captain Crunch is good. I'm telling you, it's addictive. But it leaves a weird film in your mouth. Fruity Pebbles and all of those cereals. But if I got to eat cereal, I do shredded wheat, but with sugar. But I don't eat cereal anymore. I just try to get a banana and some juice or a little bit of milk. So that's what I try to drink. Because the rest of it's just, even, I'm not a big Cheerios fan. Honey Bunches, but I do like Raisin Bran. I'm a big fan of Raisin Crunch brand. I do like that. But the problem with cereal is I can eat a lot of it. So, one banana and a little thing of juice versus a gigantic bowl of Raisin Bran, which is probably better for me, which has less calories. David says, thank you, Craig. I appreciate that, and I will return the favor. Very rarely do I eat bananas. I like bananas just because they're easy. I'm lazy. I admit it. I like them because I can buy them. They can sit here or hang here in the house. They're easy to peel. They're easy to swallow and to chew, and I'm lazy in the mornings. David says, I am diabetic, but it is under control. I have granola sometimes. Yeah, granola's good. I like granola. A little chewy, depending on, the origins. But yeah, I like waffles. Now, one of the things I really loved about traveling when I was teaching was when I would book hotels, the college would pay for it, of course, right? But before I selected it, I would look to see if they had a hot breakfast bar in the morning and if they had Belgian waffles, because I'm a big, gigantic fan of Belgian waffles. So I would look at these hotels and go through, and this one would say, yes, we in the morning. Well, I'm more than likely going to book that because I got a thing for good, hot Belgian waffles. But every once in a while here, we eat normal waffles. Type 1 diabetes. Ugh. I am blessed not to have diabetes at all. I am really happy about that. But man, I don't think you can beat a big old giant Belgian waffle. Woo-wee. I like it. I like it that way. I really do. I like Belgian waffles. Now, when we go on a cruise ship, which I don't know if I'll ever get to go on a cruise again, but if I do, what I like to eat in the mornings on all the cruises I've been on is I go and eat bacon, cheese. I just go and get bacon. I get cheese because I'm a cheese whore. And then I get some fresh fruit. And that's what I eat. Bacon, cheese, and fruit every morning. Forget all the other stuff. I don't need it. I just want bacon, 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 cheese, 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 and then some watermelon, cantaloupe, or grapes, or whatever they got that's fresh. Your dad has type 2 probably is what he's saying. He's 87. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky I don't have diabetes. Most people think that since I'm fat, I have diabetes, but I do not. Uh-oh. Every time I go see a new doctor, it's always, gee, we're surprised you're not diabetic. I'm like, well, I'm surprised I'm alive, so there you go. Yeah, you got to be sensible and manage it no matter what your affliction is. Too many sugar? Yeah, because you weighed, obviously with the weight that you had on you. So, yeah. Me too. I love sugar. We're all addicted to it, I'll admit. I think sugar is the worst drug in America. So I saw a thing on TV today with the Kennedy boy doing an interview with some other people talking about health and talking about food. And he's like, look, simply, if it comes in a package, leave it in a package. If it comes from the ocean, the water, the land, the air, wherever, eat it. But if it comes from a package, it needs to stay in a package. I'm like, well, that's a very, very simple way to boil that down to reality. Outdoor jobs, manual labor. Yeah. I never really, I did manual labor as a young man. You gotta love the papaya there. Yeah, it's fresh. I like the yellow watermelon. I wish I could grow, when I go to Alabama or Florida to live, I'm gonna try to grow the yellow watermelon. I can't remember what they're called in the Philippines. And I don't mean the round yellow ones. I don't like those. I'm talking about that elongated one that's kind of like a football shape versus a basketball shape. I would eat the living crap out of those beautiful yellow melons. You worked out in the golf courses for a long time. Nice. At least you got a lot of fresh air. I bet you know a lot about grass. As long as you enjoyed it, that's all that matters. It really is. I taught college for 25 years, and of course I was a student before that. I did private consulting work along my business, my teaching. So I did a lot of manual labor, sort of, kind of, but not hard manual labor. I drove a lot of boats, so to speak. I wore many hats. I knew construction inside and out. And part of my consulting business was environmental. And I would go in and fix sick houses and homes, buildings, and so forth. And as part of what my consulting business was. So, well, that's all right. You got to do something. Yeah, I miss working. I tell everybody all the time that I really do miss working. I wish I could work. I wish I would have never have had to quit working. I know a lot of people say, man, you're crazy, But no, I am one of these weirdos that wishes I still had a job. I wish that I could still be a productive member of society versus just being me. I enjoyed being a productive member of society. Or at least what I thought was a productive member of society. Now I'm just a deadbeat. I want to become a hermit. I think my new dream is to become a hermit. Has anybody out there ever had a dream to become a hermit? When I was growing up, his name was Bill Mills, I remember, because so many I's and L's. My grandparents lived in an area out by the lake, not a rich area, but out by the lake, up in the hills, out by our lake here. And they lived out there. And one of their neighbors was called Bill Mills. I remember this today. And he had a little house kind of down into like a little bluffy area. He had a lot that did from the road, it kind of did this. And all you could see at the top of the road was just barely the top of his house. Greg, I want to be Kermit the Frog. I also worked on a golf course. Wow. You guys are brothers in green. You like that? Brothers of the T. Ooh, man, I'm sharp today. And I always kind of, even as a kid, a teenager, I admired this guy because he lived alone. He had a job. He minded his own business. He just seemed to be a really happy guy. Every time I talked to him, he seemed to be happy, busy, active. He was always working on something, doing something. But he didn't have a lot of human interaction. And I thought, man, you are lucky. Hello, Craig from Tim. Awesome, Tim. Yes. Craig, you guys can become we have a couple other golf course people that join us from time to time that work in golf courses. So I've never worked in a golf course, never designed one. I've been on a couple. I don't like golf. I'm not a golfer. I hate golf. But I do enjoy the golf carts, and I do enjoy how beautiful golf courses are. So my dream of golf courses would be just to go to them, rent a golf cart, and drive around. That's what maybe they should open up a new side hustle. Hey, don't come golfing, rent a cart for X amount of dollars, and you can just take a leisurely tour around the golf carts, or around the holes. Oh yeah, Jack was a golf cart, or a golf cart. Yeah, Jack always claimed he owned a golf course, right? Or, isn't that what that was Jack did? Between being abandoned in the Philippines and being drunk all the time and begging, how his mama abused him. Didn't he always say that he owned a golf course in America? I even worked on a golf course at an Air Force base. I did 47 years, but medically I had to stop at 62. Glad to be in the Philippines. Wow. You did your time. You did your time. I would tell you that. You definitely did your time. Let me get the phone a little closer to the screen here so it will lighten up. I don't want to turn on my light. Oh, I got a little light over here. I'm not even 47 years old. There we go. I'm barely 47 years old myself. Tim says, all I did was mow the grass. But now, Tim, I like mowing grass. I'm going to tell you, back when I was healthy, my favorite thing to do with my house was to mow my own grass. I really enjoy mowing. I did. It was kind of my escape because I always kept my yards perfect. I'm one of those weirdos that keep their yards, nice and clean, weed-free, trash-free. Try not to have any muddy spots. I'm one of those weirdos, right? I want the neighbors to look at my yard and go, damn, I wish I was like him. So I always enjoyed mowing my own yard, really enjoyed it. But that all came to an end. When I had to go in for heart surgery, that all went to poo-poo. I went out the door. And I tried to let Lorelei mow it once, and then I hired a crew to do it. She was butchering my yard beyond belief. And I'm like, oh my God, I've spent years cultivating this. So I went out and found a yard crew that knew how to mow yards my way and hired them to do it. You mow the rough grass, not the greens. I really do think golf courses are beautiful. I just want to drive around in them, not do anything else. Because I also like going to baseball stadiums. I don't play baseball anymore. As a kid, I played baseball. Uh-oh. Baseball season is getting ready to start up here. Smart move by her. Never have to do it again. I know, right? She's definitely figured out how to manipulate us. Or manipulate me. You know. You gotta remember, I'm the horrible American husband. There we go. Now my battery's turned on. But I can't have my yard butchered. I won't do it. Can't do it. Just can't do it. So, yes. Man, that old blade, man, she had that blade digging into the grass, you know, spitting up dirt. And I'm like, holy crap, how are you doing that? You know, I've been mowing this yard for years, and I've never gouged it, you know. I did teach her how to drive using the riding lawnmower, though. That's one of my tips. Maybe I ought to write that. Maybe that should be a video. Living with your Filipina. How to teach them how to drive. I'm going to write that down. That's going to be one of my videos. But I used the riding lawnmower, taught her how to drive. Then I let her graduate up to driving the car. And then after that, the poor Mustang went downhill. Got ran over, got backed into, got ran over by, or she ran over a trash can in it. You know, so I had to trade the neighbor out. She ran over the neighbor's trash can and tore it up. So I had to go give the neighbor my trash can. And, but yeah. But that's all right. What are you going to do? It's only money, right? Isn't that what they think? Galactic's in the house. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. King David, thank you for being here. How are you today, my friend? 1 hour at a time, Galactic. Remember that, 1 hour at a time. Why is that not charging? I don't understand. That's okay. Everybody said hello to Craig. Craig got the video of my wife teaching me to drive. There you go. Everybody go watch Craig's videos. All gravy, baby, still clean and kicking. Outstanding. I'm doing all right. I'm irritated, but I'm all right. You know, you try to do good deeds and you try to do the right thing, blah, blah, blah. And when you realize people really don't appreciate it or they want more and more and more, you know, even though you don't have more to give, it's kind of sad and depressing. But, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it, right? I'm looking forward to this week getting over. We got the big birthday party going on, as you guys all know. I'm very excited for that to get over, for things to calm down. So, I'm looking forward to that. Craig says, hello, do you like the game? Oh, no, what's happened? Hey, Craig, how you doing? Oh, it's just when, you know, it's like when greed and ugliness come out of people, it just, when you think you've done a really good job, and you know that you have, because the Matrix tell you that you have, but people want to kind of tell you, no, you haven't, and I can do it better. Like, all right, well, whatever. And, you know, we'll see how it goes. So, I see it all too often, I know. Can't take your money with you when you die. You can't, but you need the money to live on. You know what I mean? You can't, I don't believe in pissing away money just for the sake of pissing away money. To live your life, and, you know, I don't believe that it's a good thing to live your life chasing debt. You know what I mean by that? I just don't think it's smart to be chasing the credit card companies. Oh, I got to pay my bills. I got to chase debt. Never to be out of debt. I don't like that. I think it's the wrong way to live. Hey there, Tim. Yes, Galactic. Hello. So what's going on with you, Galactic? How are you guys feeling about the incidents in Iran? I agree. Stability, wealth will follow. And we all have to ask ourselves, what do we expect out of life? What's our goals? Do we want immediate gratification because I can buy 12 bottles of water? Or do I want to know that I can take a trip because I didn't buy 12 bottles of water, I drink out of the faucet? You know what I mean? But whatever. I like stability. People around me seem to want nothing. They just seem to be becoming greedier. And I don't like this. When people around me, people that I know have never suffered or wanted a thing, but yet the greed is showing, bothers me. What is wealth? I'll tell you what my wealth is. I know. I can tell you exactly when I'm rich, how I'm going to be rich. I'm trying something. I got these weird little lights sent to me. I don't know if they do any good. For me, wealth for everybody's different. Wealth means that I am financially not stressed. Wealth means I have the ability to do the things that I want to do when I want to do them, within reason. Wealth means that, hey, if I want to plan a cruise ship trip, I can do it, no problem. It's not going to hurt my budget. Wealth means that if I want to go snow skiing and break my legs, well, I can afford to do it. That's what wealth means to me. Wealth is freedom. Freedom is wealth to me. Tim, I'm incredibly wealthy. My friends and family are priceless. There you go. That's a good way to look at it. I was reading some things that was sent to me a while back the other day about myself, about how some of my people believe me or think of me. Some of my nieces, I remember reading, I stumbled across some old messages they sent me the other day. This is about a week ago. And I look around and go, well, I don't think anybody in my family is priceless. They may think they are, and they may want all the wealth in the world, but let's see. Galactic says, at least try and break one, not both. There you go. Yes. But that truly is what wealth means to me. Wealth means to me is I got the ability, if I want to buy a new tropical shirt, by golly, I can go buy a new tropical shirt. That's what it means to me. If I get tired of my old beat up fishing truck and I want to go buy another truck, and if I need to do payments, then the payment's not going to hurt me. Just stuff like that. I think freedom is wealth, and that's why my dream is always to be debt free of a house. I don't know. I don't think that's my wife's dream, so maybe I shouldn't do it for her. But I mean, if she, I kind of have this quandary in life about, well, I want to be debt free, but because I was talking to some people last week or the week before about this, not necessarily about my situation, but if you both are not on the same financial page, one doesn't care about being debt free and the other does, do you have any common ground? Because I believe finances is the one thing that a couple has to be rock solid on. I was telling him that the other day about that. My niece has just passed her English test for visa in Cebu. Woohoo! Now organizing her college here. And Craig is getting ready to open up the wallet. Craig's wallet is getting ready to go. Right, Craig? The ability to make decisions based on your own terms, not someone else's, just keeps a paycheck coming in every month. I agree. I don't like being in the situation where I have to do something your way, that you have something over me, that I'm obligated, that I can't get out of a situation. that I don't have control over, I don't have that. And maybe I'm just a control freak, but I'm also going to be a happy control freak. Yeah, working for somebody else, you need to nod, smile, and wave. Many people plan on their future, just set a budget and stick to it. Yeah, but you know, I'm getting ready to, and I'm talking about some of this because I'm working on some more living with Filipinos, your Filipina, whatever you want to call it, and budget and money is one of those topics, along with peacocking. So I'm getting ready. You guys are going to see the peacocking one come out here pretty soon. But I don't know. I was telling them the other day that because my brother and I have, I guess there's two schools of thought in the world. One, you live together. I mean, when you're husband and wife, everything is half and half, 50-50. The other school of thought, I guess, with the younger people are, what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. So I will take all of my money and keep it, and you keep all of your money and do whatever. But then if there's an inequity, what do? And so I was talking to them about this about a week ago. And I'm like, I asked him, how do you move forward knowing that you're not working collectively? So when you buy the next house, because they want to buy a much nicer house, right? Who's going to pay for it? Are you going to buy it and then just have her pay you rent? You know, is she going to have equity in the house? How are you guys going to do this if you're not collectively working together towards your future? Maybe it's old school, but I don't believe in that system. Good evening, Pat from Pat. That's it, Tim. Money management is the key. It is. It is the key. And that's what I mean, not chasing debt. Everybody said hello to Pat. Pat's in the house. Exactly, not how much you earn, is how much you save. It is. Hello, Brother David. Good to see you. Hello, Craig. Good, Pat, everybody. And one trick, and you guys all know this because I know you're as smart as I am. One thing I try to get people in general to understand, especially young people, is if it says, you know, you buy 2, you save 25%. Oh my God, it's a great deal. It's on clearance. It's a great deal. I'm going to buy it because it's a great deal. What a lot of people forget is in order to buy it, you still have to spend money that you wouldn't have spent otherwise. So this bottle of water is on clearance. Oh my God, it's on clearance. Yes, but do you ever drink bottled water? Oh no, I never drink bottled water. No, I don't drink it. But it's on clearance, so I'm going to buy it. Well, why? If you don't need it, don't use it. Just because it's a really good deal, why are you buying it? Right? A lot of people miss that point because now you just spent money that you didn't need to spend for something that you didn't need. Pat says hello to you, David, Tim, and everybody. That's right. On sale just means it's overpriced to begin with. Oh, on sale is just a gimmick. You know, I love walking in stores where they're saying they're having a big sale, like JCPenney's is like this. Guess what? Everything's for sale. You know, there's not a thing at JCPenney's that's not for sale. Hello? You know? So I think that's an interesting concept. You hurried up, you're going to get 0% interest on a car, right? No, you don't get, there is no such thing. I'm just going to tell you guys, if you didn't know this, there is no such thing as 0% interest on a car. You may have 0% interest, but you're going to be paying an administration fee that is equal to what your interest rate would have been, or it will be more. A lot of people don't know this trick. A car company or dealership will say, we're not going to charge you any interest on this loan, this car. Woo! But on the backside, there's an administration fee tacked onto the payment that is larger than the interest rate that you would have had to pay in the beginning. But I try to teach people, young people, when I was teaching college, you know, and look, and I'm not saying I'm perfect at it. I got a lot of fishing equipment that I don't get to use anymore. You know, I mean, I got lots and lots of fishing equipment, but if I get the right environment, I can use it again. So, but I don't buy any more fishing equipment. I only buy terminal stuff that I lose and replace. I don't buy anything. I haven't bought any fishing stuff in 2 or 3 years. If you cannot pay cash, you cannot afford it. Agreed. It's a good rule of thumb. It's kind of the David Ramsey theory here in America. Good evening, everybody. Ken is in the house. How you, Pat? How you, Ken? Hello to me, and good evening to the greatest host ever. That is me. Yes, I know. I know. I should start giving a surcharge. You know, good evening, Ken. How are you? From Pat. So thank you for being here, Ken. So there's always a hook somewhere. David Ramsey believes, and I believe, I don't follow him 100%. I'm not a Ramsey person. I do think there's some common sense things, but I also think he goes the other way. And it's easy to go the other way when you have a lot of money. When you have millions of dollars, well, then you can go poo-poo everybody. But when you don't have millions of dollars to go buy $1 million house, pay cash for, you know. World famous host, thank you. Yes, yes. I'm at least world famous in my own mind. I am. I do get a lot of people from around the world sending me messages. Sometimes some weird messages. One of these days I should write down the weird. I should start writing down the weird and strange messages I get. None of them are really bad. I don't get any bullying or any of that. But I get some strange questions that make me wonder, what? Hello, Brother David Gold. Good to see you. David Ramsey says, oh, you got to pay cash for everything. Blah, 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 blah. Bullshit, bullshit. You know, yes, in theory. And he also doesn't like the concept of not using credit cards for points. And I understand this and I get this, and I'm 50-50 on it. If you have no debt and you can pay your credit card off every month and you earn reward points, okay. But you got to be extremely disciplined in doing that. Most people can't do that. Most people will think they will run up their credit card, pay it every month, but since they can run up their credit card in a month, they forget how much they're blowing. And then when they go pay the credit card off, they go, oh, crap. I didn't realize I spent that much. And now I have a balance that I have to carry over, which has a 23% interest rate. So it kind of backfires. So that's where I think David Ramsey goes, hey, don't do it because of this. But if you're disciplined, hey, just the way it is. So Pat, how are you doing in the land of the great north, middle, central, the north, central, east? Is that where you are, Pat? Would that be Indiana, north, central, east of America? So, and I know it's easy for young people not to, what I mean is, I think it takes us, humans, a long time to learn life lessons the hard way. I can't tell you how much money I've given away and wasted over the years. I couldn't tell you. I mean, if I had all the money that I poo-pooed away, I'd probably be a millionaire. So I'm just telling you, I burned through a lot of money. Ken says, Southwestern Indiana, maybe. Well, yeah, but Southwestern Indiana, but what we're talking, Galactic says, so freezing. Oh, Galactic, let me get caught up here. Galactic says, I paid off $17,000 in credit card debt a few months ago. I felt like a great relief had been lifted off of my chest. Freedom was at hand. No longer was I a slave to the master. I was able to free myself. Well, and I mean, yeah, Ken, I get you guys live in southeast, it's western Indiana. But from where I'm staying, you guys are kind of like in the central part, or maybe the southern part of the northeast part of the country. Yeah. How's that? You guys are in the southern part of the northeast part of the country. I'm going to make up terms if I want. I'm just going to create stuff out of thin air and we're going to be there. I made up a new term the other day, but I forgot what it was. Oh, peacocking. Peacocking. Apparently my talking about peacocking has pissed people off locally, so I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to explain in a video what peacocking is and who does it and why they do it. Because apparently people were mad at me for calling them out for peacocking. So I'm going to do it anyway. I live in the big city of Minneapolis. Okay, Columbus is in south and east. But you guys are all north of me, right? You're all north. You're all east. But you're in the southern part of the northeast. Come on, man. We're going to create our own stuff, man. Own terms, our own language. We do whatever we want in this world. YouTube is all about make it up. It's okay. It doesn't got to be true. It doesn't got to be real. Craig says, $1 million isn't what it used to be. Medium home prices in my state is, yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree totally. Totally, Craig. $1 million isn't much here either. I mean, I don't know what our mean price is right here in my region. I bet you it's probably 7 to 800,000 is probably the average. But like I said, we live in a very wealthy part of the state. We're not wealthy. But when we have friends that can go and drop $250,000 cash on a car, and they live in a $5, $7, $10 million house, and we have shitloads of those houses everywhere, because Walmart, Tyson's, JB Hunt, Arvest Bank, all these other corporations that live here, that are based out of here. But if you go to southern Arkansas, the average home price will probably be $75,000. But here, it's probably $1 million. Ken says it's good logic. Thank you, finally, for recognizing my logic. Galactic, what state do you live in, Ken? Sorry, Craig. Craig, what part of the Australia outback do you live in? Victoria, Australia. Very cool. So, Craig, what that means is Galactic Gaming is packing his bags because he thinks Australian women are hot. And he's catching a plane and he's headed to your part of the world. That's what that old cool means. Ken says, we are getting bad thunderstorms at the moment. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of cloudy, rainy stuff, but I don't know about any storms. But I know we're supposed to be getting bad weather off and on all week. Your part, my part of the world. Let me check my... It's still 70 degrees where I'm at. Eric Dane's daughter marks bittersweet 16th. Oh, Eric Dane, whoever he is, died. But I was trying to look for the weather. Whoever Eric Dane is, he died. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Let me see. I don't see any. I think it's just light rain for us if it's even raining. We're not getting any storms, I don't think. We're not getting anything like you guys by any stretch. We got some over the weekend, but nothing now. Nothing now. I'm on my way. That's it. Don't give me any ideals. There you go. See, there. I mean, everybody packs your bags, go to Australia. I don't know why anybody would live further north than we do. I think where we live in America, in Arkansas, is too far north. I encourage everybody to go live somewhere where I'm not going to live. So I'm not going to live in the state of Mississippi, but it's cheap. I think everybody should go live in Mississippi and do whatever you want in Mississippi where it's warm. Don't go to Florida, because I may go to Florida. I don't want you raising the values of homes. Don't go to Alabama, because, you know, you could go to Georgia. Jimmy's in Georgia, but I'm not going to Georgia. So you guys can come that way. So that way, if you raise the home values, it doesn't affect me. That's all I'm saying. Don't affect me. Pat says, we're getting rain tonight. Rain, rain, rain. You guys can live in southern Arkansas. You can live in the state of Texas if you want to pay the property tax. My God, you know, for a $600,000 house, you're going to be paying about $1,500 a month in property tax. They don't have any state income tax, but you pay out the nose for your property tax. Unlike Arkansas, a 600,000 house in Arkansas would run you maybe $3,000 a year, $3,000 a year versus $1,500 a month in Texas. So there you go. Got to decide. You guys can come to Arkansas when I leave. That way, you know. Oh, I'm getting thunder. Oh, no, wait. Sorry, that's somebody picking up their trash can. I was excited for a second. I heard something and I thought it sounded like thunder, but it turned out somebody getting their trash can outside because today was trash day. We're getting rain tonight. It's about $400 a month. Wow. Property tax, about $400 a month. Yeah. That's a little high. Florida just passed where they're eliminating property tax for your primary residence. So that's good. That makes Florida more attractive. The only problem is the houses are expensive there. Unless you live in the bad part of Florida. There are sections where it's really cheap to live, but nobody wants to live there. Here's a rule of thumb for all of you wonderful people, in case you didn't know. My way of sharing wisdom with all of y'all. If the houses are cheap, property taxes are cheap, that means nobody wants to live there. If it's expensive, everybody wants to live there. Just let you know. All right. So my wife has spotted things over the years in different parts when we're house hunting on the internet. She has spotted and said, "Oh my God, look at this great big beautiful home. You know, look how big it is, you know, and here," and I'm like, okay, well, let me find it on the map. I'm like, no, yeah, it's really nice. It has, you know, 2 acres and 3,000 square foot, and it's, you know, cheaper than what we have here. But you're going to drive an hour to get to a Dollar General. It's in the Appalachian Mountains in the middle of nowhere. Galactic says, we have storms coming all day tomorrow. Woo, spending tomorrow jet washing my 95-year-old grandmother's patios. Woohoo! I love the fact that you call it jet washing. We just call it power washing. Craig, what do you guys call power washing or jet washing in Australia? We, the American leaders and everything, you know that, right, Galactic? We call it pressure washing. Because the machine that is used is called a pressure washer. How do you like that? If it was called a jet washer, maybe we'd call it jet washing. But it's called a pressure washer. I'll do my house in a couple of weeks. Here in a few weeks when it warms up and it gets to be in the 80s, right about the 80 degree or better, I'll come out and do my house. Pensioners get 50% reduction. Nice. Pressure in the land of Australia. See, Galactic, you're overruled. Well, here you get a homestead credit in America. It's like $300. It should be a federal law, but it's not because everything's collected state by state. But you would think it'd be a federal law that if you're retired, that you shouldn't have to pay taxes on anything because you've already done your dirty work for the country. You shouldn't have to pay property tax, sales tax. You just shouldn't have to pay tax on crap. And maybe you got to be collected at the grocery store and then reimbursed when you file your taxes. I don't know. But old people get screwed. I had to deal with my medical company today. And I talked to a really nice guy on the phone. I don't know where he's from. He spoke perfect English. So he wasn't Filipino. He wasn't Indian. I mean, it sounded like he was in Texas. And he may have been in Texas. I think they got a call center in Texas now. So, because he had a little bit of a twang. And what I do for my drugs, because my drugs are so damn expensive, if I had to pay them monthly, it would be about $2,000 a month for my drugs, but I'm in a special program that makes my payment over the 12 months. So if I had to pay retail, it would be $2,000 to $3,000 a month. But under the program, it's nothing that expensive, and they just bill me a 1/12 of the yearly bill every month. So it's a lot cheaper. But I still got to pay a couple $100 a month for drugs. Half over here says pressure, half over says jets. I have no idea why. Well, I just told you why. Federal set the reduction, local council set the rate. All right, nice. Here, it's literally, community by community by community. That's something they're talking a lot about in Florida. A lot of the towns are pissed off because Florida has said no more property tax. And so that's how the towns are becoming rich and having all kinds of money. So now they got to figure out other ways to get that money. And they're trying to figure out other ways like assessing fire service. Charging, taking that and just adding it on to different things. So I've been watching that a little bit. Our federal government here lets the states pretty much drive their own boats. That's part of the system in America. So each state can do kind of whatever the own state wants. Sales tax is different everywhere. Sales tax is different from state to community to community. My community, I don't know, I think it's 8.9 or 8 3/4. Oh, I'm going to do the math question again. I got a math question for you guys. You guys want a math question? The town over, I think, is 8.5. We're like 8.9. The other town's 11. That town over there, I think it's 11.2. That town over there is something different. Everybody's different around here. You go across the border into Missouri, the tax is like 7% at that Walmart. It's just crazy. All right. Thinking of crazy. Now, Tim is in here, but Tim can't answer because Tim was here yesterday. I got a mathematical question. And whoever gets this right, you can have a topless photo of me for free. Okay? We had a big deal Sunday about, Ken was in the house, so Ken can't answer either. Ken was here yesterday. So it's about babies. It's about babies. So Ken can't answer either because he was listening. He got it wrong, by the way. So he doesn't get a topless shirt of me. Just saying. So on Sunday, we went to go visit our friend that just had the baby. I think it's, 2 weeks old now? We went to their house. We brought them some mung bean and pork soup. And Lorelai got to hang out with the baby, feed the baby, smell the baby. I stay away from the baby. I'll tell you before we get into the math equation why. Somebody asked me, well, why don't you hold babies? And I'm like, well, because I'm sick. I'm not sick with a cold. I have heart failure. I have kidney failure. I have lung failure. My body is not good. So I don't like to hold little kids until they get bigger, until they can kind of stand on their own immune-wise. Because I have this weird belief that, not like I would breathe on them and get them sick, but I have this weird belief that people who are terminally ill or screwed up have immune diseases like I do, have a lot of things wrong with them. I think that negative physical energy can be transferred to a child. So I don't touch children until they're healthy. So just know that out. All right. So anywho, and I don't know, what do you think of that? You think my theory has any merit, or do you think I'm just a crazy nut job on the internet? So I know what you guys are all saying. So here's what we have. We have a mathematical equation and a dilemma that took 3 Filipinas 30 minutes, and my wife never got it right and still insist I'm wrong. All right. So baby is born. It weighs 5 pounds and 14 ounces. 514. They took the baby to the doctor a week later, 2 weeks later, whatever it was, because they got to go do the baby checkup thing. Doctor needs some more money. He's got to buy gas for his Ferrari. Baby weighed 6 pounds and 2 ounces. How much did the baby gain? How much did the baby gain? 15, 14 to 6.2. Sorry, not 15 pounds. 5 pounds, 14 ounces to 6 pounds, 2 ounces. My wife still thinks I'm wrong. The other couple, the people the baby had to Google it and do math and do some long division, and they came up and finally admitted I was correct. Well, it doesn't matter what the unit is, Greg. Greg, it doesn't matter if it's 514. Yeah, you know. Come on, you can do it. Or could their defenses? Yeah. So, baby weighed 514, now weighs 6.2. How much weight did the baby gain? I had nightmares over that question last night. Good. And I think this is a no-brainer, but last night only one person got it right. And the young lady called the Avocado Queen, who has 2 babies and getting ready to have a baby, didn't get it right either. Just saying. My wife got it wrong. She argued and argued and argued. She threw a fit and said, by golly, when I prove you wrong, you're going to buy me another $3,000 purse. And I said, sign me up. But when I prove myself correct, you're going to have to buy me something worth $3,000, which I would just take the money. I don't need a purse. So then when she got proven right, she kept arguing, no, or wrong. She got proven wrong. She kept going, no, I thought it was this. I thought it's this. I thought they said that. And so at the end of the day, when she was scribbling it on a piece of paper, I had to give my wife one of these. I will show it to you. I gave my wife an F minus. Probably the first F minus she ever got in her life, but she got one. Full of empty nappy. Nappy? What's a nappy? Nappy? Greg says, good question. Full or empty nappy? It doesn't matter. The baby was naked. Naked when it was born. Naked when it was weighed. I don't know what a nappy is, but naked baby to naked baby. No external factors. BJTS64 says, hello, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. So Craig, don't try to cheat. Don't try to alter my question. Don't try to dance around it. You know, I know what you're doing, Craig. You know, trying to muddy the waters. It's like my wife kept trying to do yesterday, muddying the water. You know, and of course, you know, my wife thinks she's smarter than I am and that she can manage money better than me, but she couldn't solve this equation. So there you go. I see nobody's brave enough to answer as of yet. Galactic, do you got your calculator out? You know, are you doing algebra? You know, long division, multiples? What are you doing? Order of operation? What are you trying to figure out? What are you guys Googling? You know? Yep, I gave the wife a big F minus. Man, I tell you what. I know you guys want to see those topless photos of me. You know, I know you do. Somebody in the world has to want to see those. I mean, I didn't buy 100,000 topless photos of myself just for to have them sit here at the house. You know, I'm just saying. Translate? No, man, we don't use kilograms in America. Okay, so let's do this. I don't know if it translates. 5.14 kilograms to 6.2 kilograms. What's the difference? Now, your answer is going to be different because it's kilograms and you're talking about grams, but that's the same equation. Man, everybody went quiet. They're like, holy shit. You know, he's asking us tough questions now. We got to do mathematics. We got to think about things. You know, woo-wee. Craig says 94 kilos. Craig, maybe you might be right. I don't know anything about kilos. I'll have to put it in my calculator and figure it out if you're right. But Craig, I'm an American. We use ounces and pounds over here. You know, we only use kilos when we're talking about heroin and cocaine. You know, then we're talking kilos. When we're talking about good stuff like a turkey, it's about pounds. So, by the way, I did start taking out some of the frozen meats for the party. Tomorrow I'm going to try to, I took out one of the big frozen hams because we're going to make ham sliders and other things out of it to thaw out. I got to take the big gigantic grouper fish. No, I think it's a red snapper fish head out of the freezer. I think we're going to do that on Thursday because it should unthaw pretty quickly. And then we got 6 racks of ribs we got to take out of the freezer. I think that can be done on Thursday. And then we got some pork we got to take out. I think it can be done on Thursday. So tomorrow we got to go to Walmart and Sam's Club both. We'll probably spend $10,000 at Walmart and $10,000 at Sam's. Yeah, the top 4%. Thank you for recognizing that, Craig. Craig, we are 4%ers. We are 4. I'm going to get a patch. I'm going to get a patch, Craig. I'm going to iron it on my shirt like a biker's patch where it says 1% for bikers. I'm going to get it here and says 1%. No, what was it? 4%. I'm going to get a 4%er patch and put USA under it. I'm going to make me one of them. Maybe I should sell those. Maybe that could be my side hustle. You think anybody would buy those? Nobody's buying my topless photos. So you think anybody would buy my 4% patch? Wow, I thought it was a good concept. I don't know about you guys. Thank you all for a thumbs up, by the way. I appreciate that. I'm going to try to do some fishing and live streaming this year. I got some videos I got to finish. I just got to get off my lazy ass and go do that. Pod or POD t-shirt design. What's POD? Like, I don't know what POD means. Like pod or POD something. I don't know what that means. Oh my God, I just sorted my coins and I have 19 pounds of coins in 2 jars. That's a lot of coins. Well, coins weigh a lot. You're talking about American coins? I wonder if Filipino coins, do coins from the Philippines weigh more than coins from America? That would be a really good question. Oh, print on demand. Okay. Yeah, print on design. Yeah, maybe I could do that. I need some kind of side hustle, man. I need to make money so I can live out my life happily. You know, I need to make some more money. I need a new side hustle. YouTube's not giving me enough side hustle. I need to get out there and do something else as a side hustle. You know, prostitution's not working for me. You know, selling topless photos of myself's not working. So I got to find me a new side hustle. I'm not artsy and creative enough to make a pretty design. I have no artistic skill. I can't draw. I'm not very creative. I'm too linear. So, you know, I don't have a fantasy brain. I think good artists have a fantasy brain. They can see things and fantasize and kind of warp it and move it. I can't do that. Red double because hard to get Amazon to accept new ones. Declined twice. Oh, wow. Yeah, Amazon, there's something going on with Amazon. There is. I don't know. And you're saying red double? I'm going to read that, what that is. Red bubble. Sorry, not double. I know we can create our own store here on our YouTube channels. And I thought about buying from China a bunch of Filipino flags and hats and selling them. as a, intermediate party, but I don't know how, there's not much of a day, man, because anybody can do that. You're going to count your coins today, see how much money you got? Woohoo! Man. Don't let the neighbors hear, like they're going to be, wait a minute. I think that's a bunch of money going on over there next door to us. We better go investigate. It's like, hi, neighbor. Do you need any help today, neighbor? We can go and get you a soda, neighbor. Yes, yeah. Granted, at the Sorry store, the soda's only 60 pesos, but it's gonna, since you're not local, which they all think you're local, but since, we're gonna charge you the skin tax of 120 pesos. I like that. I got a bunch of coins too, and we do that once in a while. We gather them up and put them in jars. I clean out the car once in a while. I don't like touching coins because they're dirty, so I actually kind of don't like that. But because coins are really, really dirty. And I'm still shocked that all the other people watching the live stream got scared and ran away because they couldn't answer the question. Craig is still here. Tim is here, who answered it correctly yesterday. Ken is still here because he got it wrong, but he knows the correct answer now. But everybody else ran away. They went, oh, wait. We gotta go. Holy crap and butt farts. He may ask us a hard question. Print on demand easier. 2 to 5 t-shirts, 8 to 12 hoodies, but need a program to work out copyrights on every design and phase. Oh. Soul Lender's in the house. Soul, how's your finger? How's your finger, my friend? Did you finally get operated on in the ER? Soul Lender messaged me the other day and said, you know where I'm at? I'm in the ER. I'm in the ER. He's in the ER. I asked him what fur. Get it? He's in the ER. And I asked him what fur. Man, sometimes I make myself laugh. That's interesting, Craig. Yeah, I know. I didn't know what POD means, but I understand that you can print on demand. But I didn't, yeah. But yeah, the copyright, if it's not true, yeah. Be right back. Dinner time, Ken says. I was there for 3 hours straight. All right. Did you flirt with the girls? I would have. There's always nurses somewhere. For the nurses, right? And Craig says, see, you should have flirted with the nurses. I know you got a girlfriend, but hey, if she wasn't there, what she doesn't know won't hurt you. I use peanut butter jars for each. Oh, so you pre-sort it. Nice. Okay. I don't do that. I just throw in a big container. Soul Lender, hope you're doing well today. I had a mathematical question. Are you good in math? Can you help me solve a math equation that nobody else but Tim could answer in the entire internet? I was too nauseous. Why were you nauseous? All you did is cut your finger off. Come on, my friend. Come on, buck up, little trooper. Why were you nauseous? I mean, your finger? What's wrong? You can do it. I have faith in you, man. Hey, that's the best time to flirt. When you're wounded, because the girls all want to save you. They want to come and save you and make you feel better. That's when you get their phone numbers and, if the girlfriend's not looking, you take pictures with them and stuff. The blood was a gushing. A gushing. The blood was a gushing. But you got it fixed, right? So no more gushing blood. Like a horror movie. So did you hit the artery in the finger or the vein? I don't think there's an artery in the finger. It's only veins. So did you hit the vein? I'm really lucky. I don't bleed that much. I clog up pretty easily. My blood is so contaminated with whatever that I clog up pretty easily. If I cut myself, I scar easily. And my skin tears really easily because of my health issues. Oh, did I miss it? Sorry, Tim. PAC, you missed my great comment. Let me get up here. Hold on. I got it caught up. I screwed Tim over. Ah, here we go. Yes. Tim says, I will count them today. But in regards to an artist, he says, you don't have to be an artist when you are the top model. Woo! So am I the model? In this scenario? The middle. So you're giving the middle finger to everybody. So, Linder, I expect better out of you than running around doing this, squishing blood everywhere. Craig, Tim, I had a friend who puts his coins in a large tin money box. Several years later, he went to count them and found out his ex-roommate stole them and replaced them with washers. Dennis is in the house. I lost 50 kilograms because I kicked her out. Woo-wee. Man, 50 kilograms, how much is that in pounds? Has anybody got I have a converter on my phone, but I'm talking on my phone. Can anybody tell me how many pounds is 50 kilos? Some days I feel like kicking out about 70 kilos is what I think the math is. 70 times a kilo is what, 2.2 pounds? Is that right? So, let me get my calculator pulled up. I think a kilo is 2.2 pounds, right? Am I wrong? Nobody answered my math question, by the way. Everybody's too scared, Dennis. Yeah. Dennis, good to see you from Tim. Good that you lost weight. Yeah, we were talking to the other David earlier. He said he's been losing weight too, but not in the same mannerism. Hello, Tim and all. 110 pounds. Yeah, mine is more about 70 pounds or 70 kilos. The finger was my right pointer finger, but cut was in the middle finger. Okay. How did you cut it? What did you do? Tell them all. How did you get your finger cut? That's because, it's one thing to get, to get your tip of your finger cut, but how did you get your finger cut? I want to know. You got to teach us a lesson. Hello, Dennis from Craig. The Aussie Slayer is in the house. He is. He is. You got cut by a can, like a can of beans, a can of tuna. Land was 38 kilos when we married. Hang on. Let me pull my calculator up. 38 times 2.2. Damn, she was 83 pounds? Are you sure? 1 kilo is 2.2 pounds, right? And she was 38 kilos? That's only like 83 pounds. That's like the weight of my leg. Are you sure? Wow. A can of chili. All right. Wow. My wife weighed about 120 pounds when she was first here. I weighed about the same when we got married. I weighed maybe 10 pounds less. I was in 270s. She was in 120s. Yep, now 46. Holy crap and butt farts. I understand. I can relate to that, Craig. You're very undernourished. Yeah, that's small. Even for a short girl, that's, thin. 46 is still smoking. Woohoo! But I've got 2 more days of stitches. All right. Are you going to go back to the doctor and have the stitches taken out? I wouldn't. I would just do it myself. I can't tell you how many stitches I've taken out on my own. I think it's fun to actually get your scissors and take your stitches out yourself. All you do is clip it and then grab it with the scissors and just like tweezers and gently pull. It's really cool. You should do it yourself. The harder thing is giving yourself stitches because then you get an ugly scar. But taking out stitches, I'm surprised they didn't put dissolving stitches in. I've got some very good news though. Woohoo! Let's hear the good news, my friend. Let's hear the good news. The girlfriend decided that she would keep you around a day longer. Hard upbringing set to relatives for 4 years when she was 2 because they couldn't afford to feed her. Yes, that's a big problem and a big issue. Malnourishment starts. I'm about 3 pounds of weight when I joined. I'm about 3 pounds of weight when I joined the Air Force in 1987. 3 pounds. I'm on my 3rd day of no boot. Ah, you got your boot off. Solinder had to have foot operation surgery. Then he cut his finger off. So he's been hobbling and not doing very well with anything. So he had his foot operated, but now his boot is no longer there. And then he goes and cuts his finger. I think Solinder enjoys the doctors. Solinder, does your doctor hot to trot? You got a thing for the nurse at the doctor's office? What's wrong with you? But you're young, so it's a good time in your life to tear yourself up while you're young. Because when you're old like us, it hurts a hell of a lot more and it takes a lot longer to recuperate. But when you're young, I don't know how many things I did to myself, and I'm glad I didn't do them now. Well, and because I did them as a kid is probably why I'm so screwed up now. So there you go. You got to be careful. We got to thank everybody for all the thumbs up tonight. We do. Remind you to do that. Not that hot, or he would have cut. Oh, not that hot, or he would have cut his balls. There you go. And what he's saying is, if she was really hot and you cut the balls, they would have to pay attention to your balls. That's what Craig is thinking. Stay away from Solinder. He is jinxed. He's having a rough spring, that's for sure. The boot had on for 6 weeks, 2 weeks too long. I was supposed to be in it for 4 weeks. Ah, so you didn't recuperate as planned. Gotcha. So you probably did some things you weren't supposed to do, and that extended your time in the boot. I got 2 boots. I do. My ankles get so bad at times that I have boots. They air up and everything. Walking boots, not cowboy boots. I do have a pair of cowboy boots. I haven't worn them in probably 10 years, but I have a pair. But I do have 2 walking boots for just in case. And a lot of ankle bandages type of things, braces. So don't throw your boot away. Here's my advice. Don't throw your boot away. Keep it. You may need it. And therefore you don't have to buy another one. Because a lot of times your medical equipment, they will only let you buy one or give you one for a year. Yeah, lack of healing. You weren't taking your vitamins. You weren't eating healthy. You weren't getting some blood flow in there. You were just kind of laying around watching TV, right, friend? Is that what was going on? You and your girl, just hanging out with the girlfriend? Come on now. When you're wounded from surgery, the best thing you can do is eat healthy, real healthy. Like the Kennedy boy said today, if it comes in a package, leave it in a package. You got to eat healthy. Wasn't smooth enough? Okay. It's still going to take you a little bit to get used to that. It will, but I think you can do it. You can do it. I'm still shocked that nobody can answer my mathematical question. I'm going to propose it one more time. Ready? Listen up. Here's the question. If a baby was born weighing 5 pounds, 14 ounces, and they go to the doctor, and they weigh them naked, so it's just like when they were born, and the baby weighed 6 pounds, 2 ounces, how many ounces, how much weight did the baby gain? Yes, I'm ready. All right, you got that? 5 pounds, 14 ounces to 6 pounds, 2 ounces. How much weight did the baby gain? And whoever gets it right gets a topless photo of me. I'm telling you, they're going like hotcakes. I bought 100,000 of them, and I'm down to like 999,097 because I tore 3 accidentally. I sent one in the mail and it got rejected. And then I actually damaged 2. So I'm down 3. So they're going like hotcakes. I've only had them a year. So they're going out the window, man. I'm telling you, people are begging me for those pictures. Just telling you. And then remember, I put a new video out today about dog diapers and my wife. Living with a Filipina and dog diapers. Oh my God, the things we have to go through. The things we have to go through. Tomorrow my wife is home. Thursday she's home. Friday she's home. Tomorrow we go spend $1,000 for food to feed people that don't even like us. On Thursday we prep food, do kitchen duty, finish decorating. Friday, we finish decorating, prep food. Saturday, we prep food, eat, and have a party. How's my dog Lily doing? She's doing all right. She'll be happy when I'm done here so I can give her food, but she's doing good. Lily is doing good. I need to trim her nails. I saw today on her bad foot, her clubbed foot. I guess I missed it last time, but there's one nail that is starting to curl all the way around. So tomorrow, I need to find some time and snip that nail. So they're real brittle, but I don't want it, and I know she can't feel it because the foot's damaged, but I try to keep the nails trimmed back so they're not growing into her foot. So I got to do that tomorrow. Soul Ender says, tell Lily I say hi from the girlfriend and I. Woo! See how he did that? Tell her I said hi from the girlfriend and I. Man, he's a poet and didn't even know it. I bet you his girlfriend told him to say it that way. Girls are more poetic than we are. They are. More poetic than we are. And then Saturday's the party. Live stream a little bit before 5, but 5. And at 5:45, I'm giving a little speech. So, and then I guess the girls are taking back over. I don't know. And then I got to do the cake stuff, I don't know how many people will be here, but a lot. We're cooking a crap load of food. We are because a lot of people means a lot of food. So that's why we got to go to Sam's and Walmart. Stock up on everything under God's creation. And finish getting a few little decorating things, I guess. And luckily we have enough trash bags. The question of the day yesterday was, if you have a great big party and you have too much trash to fit into your trash can, what do? And do you sneak it into your neighbor's trash can? Or do you ask your neighbor if you can put it in their trash can? So, that's the question. So hopefully you guys will join us Saturday. We'll probably live stream some before then, but 12 more days until my 6th year anniversary on this channel. Outstanding. Congratulations. You will get a topless photo of me if you so wish. So I will send you one in a text message. A digital picture, topless photo of myself. Did you guys like the photo I put on the thumbnail today? Did anybody see that? Who's messaged me? Oh, Charles did. I got to read Charles. Charles Sanders. We do have some drama that may be happening at the birthday party. I will be sending you an invite to the stream. There you go. Excellent. Excellent. Keep working on your YouTube, which is a good thing. That's all you can do is just keep working on things. It's like me, I'm trying to find some videos on my computer today and I can't find them. Ooh. Tim says, Make your topless photos into magnets and label them with, do you really want that ice cream? And sell them as weight loss products. That's probably pretty good. That's probably pretty good. That is. Yeah, Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I can also do an AI photo of one of those old women that have smoked all their lives, that's real skinny and has that alligator skin all over themselves. You know how crinkly it is, with a big cigarette, and say, do you really want to have another cigarette? Maybe I could do that one too. I can sell them as weight loss and non-smoking photos. That's a good plan. I need some side hustles, so maybe that's a good way to side hustle. Do you really want that ice cream? Do you really want that hot dog? How much is the hot dog in the window? What's it worth to you, right? I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Apparently, at Lorelai's birthday party, we apparently have two people that don't like each other that are coming here. Hopefully they will all behave. But apparently two of the women don't like each other. But we have a rule. We don't care who you like or who you don't like. If we invite you, then we invite you. If you don't want to come because somebody else is here or that's coming, well, then that's on you. We don't care. That's your business. But when you come here, you're going to behave, or I'm going to take a lot of videos of you and put you on the internet. So, what are you going to do? So that might be interesting to see how hard these two people have to work to stay away from each other. Or maybe they'll get drunk and start slinging food and I can make some good videos and get some side hustling money that way. You never know. Now, I don't know. Any angle you can get, right? But I like the magnet idea, That's a good concept. We are going to live stream, I said, the party. Man. So. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell that my little wiener dog, Lily, is lipping her lips. She's hanging out back over there, eyeballing me, saying, it's time for you to feed me. Craig says, I won't be able to catch the B-Day live stream on Sunday for you, right? Sunday for you. Long weekend here, so I need to work Sunday. Down to me to catch the replay sometime. Yeah. Well, okay, and it's probably Sunday for you, but it is for everybody else. It's going to be Saturday, about 5 p.m. U.S. time. U.S. Central Time, Saturday is when we will be doing it. So yeah, in the evening in America. Right now. We'll be partying right now, Craig. Right now. Shit will be happening right now. Right now, we're going to be doing the cake cutting. Right here at 7 o'clock is on the schedule to cut the cakes. So there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me appreciate you. Let me tell you, thank you all for the thumbs up. Thank you. We'll see you in a day or two on another live stream. I'm going to go feed my dog Lily, give her some of that homemade turkey, and then I don't know what else I'm going to do. Maybe nothing. Maybe I should just do nothing. I did pay my taxes today, so I feel really bad. I'll be going on 12-hour standby. Ooh. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Well, but hey, if you can make money, make money. I'm a big believer. If there's a way for me to make good money Saturday and not be here, I would go make the money. I firmly believe that you don't give up an opportunity to make good money. I really believe that. If you can make money, go make money. But Kenesha from New York is in the house. Kenesha, how are you? Hi, how are you doing? I am doing well today. But yes, everybody else, I paid my federal taxes today, which hurt my feelings, hurt my wallet, hurt my bank account. I did write a note in it asking Donald to please give me back my money. I'm like, I know you don't need it. The government has been stealing from us for years, so please can I have my money back? I don't know if I will get it back or not, but at least I asked, right? Kenesha from New York says, I am doing fine. Excellent. Glad you're doing well. Counting coins now, Tim is. All right. Count them coins. Get them organized. You know, look for the imperfected ones. Look for the ones that are double stamped, because at least in America, a double stamped coin is worth a lot of money. That's the only thing I look for. I look for defective coins. And then I keep those and try to sell them. I have never found one, but that's what I do. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming in tonight. It's time for me to go feed my dog, Lily. We will be back live, of course, in the next few days. So we appreciate you. Thank you all for the thumbs up. If you need anything, ask somebody that has it. I don't know. There you go. Ask somebody else. There you go. There you go. All right, everybody, say goodbye to each other, everybody, and we'll see you all soon.